Coffee and Pan Dulce. How's that? Coffee and Pan Dulce.
Hey, I'm Christian Cano. You're the co-host. My buttons are Moms Demand Action, Gunsmiths Legislation, Healthcare for All, Medicare for All, and also in my heart, Black Lives Matter on behalf of Joe Oldham, who's a guest of ours who passed away last year. That's it.
Hello, this is Jenny James Gunn. I am a community advocate here in Charlotte, North Carolina for LGBT women's rights with the National Organization for Women, gun sense laws with Moms Demand Action, and anything that extends equity to all. Thank you.
Christian Cano here at the Trump Green Algae Cement Pond.
Good morning, everybody. It is Coffee and Pan Dulce time with Christian and Gersemi, and it's July 15th. Woohoo! Halfway through the month and over halfway through the year. That much closer to midterms. Now, speaking of that, a couple reminders, little PSAs. One, make sure you get registered to vote if you haven't already. Yes. Second of all, if you are registered to vote and you are a Democrat and registered as a Democrat, verify at least once a month that you're still registered.
Yes.
Republican attorney generals all over the United States are unregistered voters. Claiming that they haven't voted in a long time and a whole bunch of other bullshit. It's unconstitutional. It should be illegal, but they do have the power to do that. So, especially right before the registration cutoff in your state, just make sure you are still registered to vote. Friendly reminder, you can check it online with your registrar, or you can stop by your local county registration office, voter registration office, and it's a 10-second check, and they'll pull you up. And just make sure all your T's are crossed and your I's are dotted. Okay, guys? Word of warning. And I'm going to repeat this a couple more times during the season. But it's very, very important. But anyway, let's get this point up. We got a lot to talk about.
We do. Thank you, Gersemi. That was an important PSA there, and I completely agree with you. Thank you for saying that. So, as Gersemi said, welcome everyone. When you watch this, it will be July the 15th. We're halfway through, a little bit, one more day, but halfway through July. We're that much closer to the midterms, to Accountability Day is what I want to call it. Accountability Day. We want to thank those who watch us on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok, and the thousands who listen to us on your favorite audio podcast platform. I'm Christian Cano, one of your co-hosts, recording from All Points, North Carolina. My wonderful co-host in Hollywood, or actually California, West Hollywood's where she lives, but she's recording somewhere in California, right? You're doing your thing and undisclosed location. That's right. She's still got the dinosaur in the background.
This little background, Chris is taking in actual Hollywood.
Yeah.
It's right above a tourist attraction, and they put the rainbow flags next to the T-Rex every year during Pride Month. Because that's the approximate area where LA Pride is hosted.
Okay.
And so, and the Walk of Fame is right in there too, and just a whole bunch of real, if you do come out here to LA to vacation, you'll actually see this dinosaur. It's up year round.
Cool.
It's really cutesy part of Hollywood. There's all kinds of trinket shops, the Chinese theaters there, whole bunch of really things you've seen in movies actually are there.
So our visual audience members, you will see the dinosaur that's back there with the pride flags. You'll also see the Trump green algae
Memorial
cement pond behind me. Behind me, or as Gersemi says, the swamp. The new swamp that Trump has created. It's crazy. We don't really have a title for this show. It's either going to be we're going to be talking about the 250th year celebration, I guess, what you would call it, of the United States, or it'd be called Big Dick Confidence of the Democratic Party. I'm not sure exactly what title we can actually use on a lot of our platforms, so we'll see what happens there. So we'll be talking about those, but before we do, let's jump directly into Barb's current events.
And this is Barb's current events.
All right, here we go. I got three. And I specifically wanted to ask you about this one because I'm not sure how to feel about this. I have a feeling, but I want to hear what you have to say about this. There is a gay Jewish lawmaker who is wanting to replace Nancy Pelosi in the San Francisco kind of area. He's a gay Jewish lawmaker. He's a state senator, Scott Weiner. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah,
he was attending.
A lot of people pronounce it Wiener because it's kind
Wiener.
of
Okay, yeah. Well, that's probably what it's pronounced. Yeah.
I think it's Weiner.
Okay, let's say Weiner. And he, I guess he was attending either a Pride event or some type of event in the San Francisco area at Dolores Park, and he was chased out of that area by some, I don't know if it was transgender advocates or I think he was a transgender pride, what he was attending. And he was chased out of it because of his views on Israel. So he is saying, of course, he's saying, how terrible it is that I'm a gay person and a Jewish person, and I was chased out of that area when I'm their biggest advocate. So I'm curious what you have to say about that, about that event. If you are not familiar, which I'm sure Gersemi, because she's a huge sports fan, I'm being sarcastic. The World Cup is going on. It's still attendance has been not great, but it seems like it's been doing very well. The U.S. is doing very well. But there was a story about these two individuals that attended this World Cup event. I believe it was in San Diego, and they were not able to get into the event because I don't know if J.D. Vance was attending, so there was a lot of security or something was going on. And as a result of that, they couldn't get in time. And so they were going back to the airport. They were in the airport bar. They were watching the game on the TV. They happened to be sitting next to a prime minister of some other country who was flying out also, and he gave them tickets to fly back to go see the World Cup. I thought that was kind of a nice little story that it took a prime minister from another country to help an American get into a World Cup. So I thought I would throw that in there. And then the last one is going to be the Epstein files is not over. It's still going on. The former secretary of Jeffrey Epstein was in front of the House Oversight Committee, and she basically said that she set up calls between Trump and Jeffrey Epstein for years, that they were such good friends that Epstein would say, "Can you get Donald Trump on the line?" And she would call and talk to Donald Trump and she would connect them. She doesn't know what they were talking about, but the reason this is important was because she basically is saying Trump is lying, that he never talked with him or he didn't know him very well or whatever. Epstein's own secretary is saying that she arranged those calls. So I'm curious what you have to say about those three topics. Gersemi, have at it.
Well, first of all, we know that Trump's full of shit. I mean, if his lips are moving, he's usually lying.
Yeah.
And that's about anything. It didn't necessarily have to be about Epstein. The dude's in the Epstein files like, what, 30, 40,000 times?
Yeah.
I'm pretty
It's
sure
crazy.
he knew it. Like, how many hundreds of pictures has he literally arranged the Melania Trump meetup? He's the one that basically introduced or pimped out Melania to Trump after him and one of his buddies got tired of tag teaming Melania. So he literally, in every way, shape, and form, Epstein had a lot to do with Trump's life. I mean, they were pretty much besties. As far as the World Cup's concerned, yeah, I mean, it's going to take a leader from another country or a leader from a different rank here in the United States to get anything done, because we know Trump doesn't give a shit. I mean, Trump would never be that approachable because he thinks he's better than everybody else. Second of all, you don't want to approach him because his vapor barrier on that diaper does not hold up, according to everybody that's ever stood next to him. So we know that Trump would never go to a soccer game. I mean, if he did, he'd never see it because he'd fall asleep in the first 5 minutes. The narcoleptic fuck. What was the third subject?
The third subject was the Epstein secretary.
No, the
gay Jewish guy.
Yeah, I think his first name is Scott Weiner.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
The reason he got asked to leave the event by the organizers is he's a piece of shit. Nobody here in California, including the Dems, don't really like him. He's been in scandal after scandal. He is a Zionist supporter, and that wasn't the values of the event. They just said, quite frankly, you don't want to go home, but you do need to leave.
Sure.
And it wasn't like a bunch of trans people just put him up on a board and tied him up, hog-tied him, and carried him out. He was just asked to leave. They did. He's exaggerating, but he's a piece of shit. I wish he would just run as a Republican because he's not a really good Democrat. He's a dino. And a very poor excuse for a replacement for Nancy.
Sure.
He's notoriously had ethics issues. The guy is just not a good guy. And he's a consummate Trumpian type liar. And honestly, I'm glad he's not in my district. I wouldn't vote for the guy. I'd probably just would vote for an independent or something. Because I'll never vote for a Republican. No matter what. But yeah, he's just not well thought of in the state. So there are a lot of Californian Democrats that like this guy, but he's kind of one of those guys that just won't go away like an itchy rash. He is a pariah in the party, and we have a few. We have that Nazi Maine. We have a few problematic Democrats. Eric Adams in New York. Tulsi Gabbard till she jumped parties. And every big tent party, Democrat or Republican, are gonna, Republican typically has most of the rotten eggs.
Sure.
But he's one of our rotten eggs. He's not a good dude.
So I kind of want to. Well, I want to talk about that. I want to talk about that again, but let's take our first break. If you like, that's my second break. All right, we'll be right back on Coffee Pan Dulce right after this.
Hey, it's Del Shores, and I just wanted to say happy Pride to everybody listening to the Coffee Pan Dulce Show. I love this show, and right now, during these trying times, it is more important than ever for us to stand up, for people to see who we are, and to be proud. I am proud.
Hey y'all, thanks for watching our spring shows and sticking with us. And we've got a fabulous summer lineup. I hope y'all are excited as I am. And let's enjoy our summers. Hot girl summer. See y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all. Hey, y'all. Thanks for watching. And support local Black and brown businesses, including our sponsor, Manolo's Bakery. That has some fabulous pastries, food, king cakes, all kinds of specialty cakes, tamales, and much, much more. Some of the best food you eat in Charlotte, North Carolina. Again, Manolo's Bakery, right here in East Charlotte. Thanks for watching. Hey, y'all. We have a great lineup of spring shows for Coffee and Pan Dulce, and I appreciate you guys watching them. Many of them got a lot of views, including some with our special guests. We had a great lineup. We are excited about the summer. It is going to be one hot summer. We'll leave out the hot girl part. And anyway, we are excited about our summer lineup as always, including our special Pride Edition and much, much more coming up. We may even talk about a 4th of July special edition. Maybe we'll talk about what makes America America. What is a patriot? And many more discussions we're excited to bring to y'all, Christian and I, and so many other podcast stars that join us on a weekly and monthly basis. Thanks for listening as always, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Hi, this is Yorense Pascual Mateo. I am back. Spedicare is back in 2026, and yes, my hiatus was sad, and it was caused by a bunch of, I don't know, butthurt losers. But I'm not gonna say that. Don't worry, I'm here. I'm gonna be annoying. I'm gonna say fuck fascism, and I'm gonna stand up against this shit. So please like, subscribe, enjoy my show, and let's fight against the bullshit that we continue to live with.
Hey y'all, thanks for watching the Florida shows. They've been wildly successful. Obviously, it's a topic that you guys have enjoyed and wanted to know more of. And we like talking about the dumpster fire. They used to be the state of Florida, and we'll probably talk about it some more this summer. Thanks for watching, y'all.
Bye, y'all. Thanks for watching.
Hi there, it's Jennifer Roberts in Charlotte, former mayor of Charlotte. And I just want to say how wonderful it is that we have a Pride Parade and Festival here every year. It's so great to celebrate with the community, to let people be who they are, to let people love who they are, and to have the whole community share in that celebration, especially in these challenging times when too many people are being targeted just for who they are. So let's go Pride!
Welcome back, everyone. So, when I read that article, I was kind of mixed a little bit. It was written in a gay publication called The Advocate, and they did a story on it. And obviously, a couple things went through my mind. The first thing that went through my mind was, first of all, the way he made it sound, the way they were quoting him, was these angry transgender people, chased him out, okay? And didn't say angry Democrats, didn't say, he made a point to say transgender people or whatever. So he wanted to highlight the fact that it was almost as though he was using a little bit of a dog whistle by saying, not LGBT people, but the transgender people are the ones that chased him out. And I started to think about that, and I thought, okay, you are running as a Democrat in a very, very, very progressive district, and you are using something that like a Republican would say, or a MAGA person would say. Instead of saying, I had some people that didn't like the way so forth, he made this as if though they are the big enemy and that they are what he is running against. He's going to save us from these transgender people that don't agree with him. what I take striking, and I also read a quote that he said, one of the persons said to him on the video, "You do not belong here, Scott, anymore. It sucks because you're wonderful about transgender issues, but you're terrible on the Gaza issue." So it told me, as a person who wasn't sure, what they were upset was the fact that a lot of the base of the voters in the Democratic Party, you are on the wrong side of the Democratic Party on the Gaza issue, because the thinking is, if you don't see people who live in Gaza as human beings, you're going to flip on us too. You know, if you don't see, and to me, it also kind of highlights what's more important. Americans are Israel. Are you running for a seat on the Israel Parliament? Are you running for a seat on the Congress of the United States that you're supposed to be representing people from us? So when I read this, I thought, I'm not sure he understood how this is going to look for him. And I don't know anything about this guy. I don't know anything, but I don't know how he thinks this is going to win any voters, because if I didn't know him, I would think not only did he handle this terribly because he wanted to publicize this so big, it's like he thinks he's going to win, what, MAGA people by this? I don't understand what his thinking is.
I'll tell you what it comes down to,
okay.
And it's something we talked about in the last episode of Coffee.
Sure.
He believes he's exceptional.
Sure.
He believes the rules don't apply to him.
Yeah.
One, because of his wealth, and two, because he's a white man. And he doesn't have to go by any rules but his own rules. And when you're in that mentality, he has a very conservative mentality, even if he's progressive on some issues.
Sure.
He's got that white male, I'm entitled to do what I want. Do as I say, not as I do.
Exactly.
And he doesn't feel he has to be accountable for this. But when you're applying for a job, as you always say, and I'm quoting you, when you're applying for a job, when you're running for an office, and you're amongst your employers, aka the voters, at the very least, you should shut up and listen. If you're going to go out, to any advocacy book, whether it's the League of Women Voters, the National Organization for Women, a gay rights, a trans rights group, whatever, any taffy pool in any county fair, whatever it is, you are there to learn and listen to what they have to say. You don't even have to fucking agree with it. But what you do have to do is put your feelings and your personal opinions to the side, because you're talking to your future employers.
Exactly.
They're going to decide whether you get the job or not. And you never know who's listening. And this is one of the things that I live by, especially when I'm out in public or I do a public speaking gig. I never know who hears what I have to say in that audience. And I take that very seriously. And the reason I say that is because I've had, since I came out of the closet and I got involved with a very public queer life and queer leadership since 2016, last 10 years of my life.
Coffee and Pan Dulce. How's that? Coffee and Pan Dulce.
Sounds great.
You sounded like a telenova. I mean,
I'm trying to. All I have to say is go. Yes.
As a non-Spanish speaker.
All right, let's talk about his Jesus Jesus meme. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, that'll be the show. All right, here we go. Okay, so we'll just take this last commercial and then we'll come back. All right, here we go.
And this is the Jenny Award.
and this is the Pendejo Chronicles. Coffee and Pan Dulce. How's that? Coffee and Pan Dulce.
Hey, y'all. Thanks as always for listening to Coffee and Pan Dulce. And guess what? As part of our Cannis Media family of shows, we have a sister show that's been running alongside the Coffee Show for 6 years, 6 seasons. And it's Two Queers in a Truck. And in fact, we've been on air, as it says right behind Christian, as we record this, in case you're watching the video version of this. It's exciting. It's a little different. It comes more from obviously the queer perspective because it's Two Queers in a Truck. And we invite you to listen to it. You don't have to be queer to listen. And I promise it most likely will not give you scabies. I can't 100% verify that. But it's just a medical rumor started by me, actually. But anyway, come out and check us out on our sister show, Two Queers in a Truck, and all the exciting 2025 news shows on the Cannis Media family. As always, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Up next is Two Queers in a Truck with Jenny and Christian. And hope you guys tune in. We'll see you in about 15 to 20 minutes. Thank you. Bye.
One of the things that struck me, and this is, and I'm sure you've had these same moments too, because you've had a very public political life too. I never know who I'm going to affect by my words, but time and time again, both in Texas and in North Carolina, I've had so many people come up to me and say, "I watched your interview," or "I heard your speech," and I'm just going, and they'll call me by name, and I don't know these people from Adam. And it's kind of nerve-wracking, too, when you're in the middle of a Target and somebody yells your name across Target, and they'll come up to me and they'll go, "I want to thank you for what you said. I have a nephew that's trans, or a niece that's trans, or whatever, or, I never understood your struggle till I heard your words, and it made sense to me." And I always go by, somebody's always listening, and I don't know who that is. So I better choose my words carefully because I'm not above it. And I'll never take that mentality. And as a public figure, which you and I both are public figures because we're broadcasters now, we have to take that serious. And to a certain level, I mean, we're going to have our hijinks in our bootleg show here. But at the same time, we need to choose our words wisely or as best as possible because they cut both ways. And in this case, Scott Weiner was more like a wiener, and not in a good way. And he failed to take his interview process seriously. He lacks the accountability and the humility to just take one on the chin, put his petty emotional needs aside. It's like he doesn't have the emotional depth or empathy to be a decent human being, like so many MAGAs are, and he only cares about himself, and that's not a good trait. But because he believes he has it in the bag, because that district's like 90% Democrat, like it's a layup. Nancy Pelosi has definitely been a dominant figure in those local politics there, because that's the seat he's running for. But the truth is, he doesn't have a guaranteed win. And if he loses his base, he's going to be in trouble. And second of all, he's going to get primaried in 2 years from now anyway. I guarantee you, there'll be a young progressive person that's going to run against him and slaughter him. He'll be a one and done, a one-termer, like so many Republicans have been faced with. But the guy he believes he's above it all. Yeah. And has that mentality. That's how he treated that group. Whether I agree with him or not, whether I agree with the trans people or not, because we're not all a monolith.
Sure.
Do I want local politics to be concerned about what happens in Gaza and Israel? I don't know. I think it was too big of an issue in 2024. I think I have a lot of misgivings about an American presidential candidate being that concerned about what's going on in Israel and in Gaza. And it doesn't mean I don't care about what happens to Palestine.
Mm-hmm.
It's the exact opposite.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be the number one issue.
Sure.
Now, that trans group that he was visiting has the right to say, you're not welcome here. Mm-hmm. First of all, it's their First Amendment right. Second of all, good on them for standing their ground on issues and not being worried about whether a politician is going to use this as an opportunity to punch down on the trans group. I do like that they stand their ground. I don't like them. I wouldn't want them to react in fear. Mm-hmm. Do I think it's the most important issue in 2026? Absolutely not. I don't even think it's in the top 10. We've got a lot of American things that we need to address that will help that Gaza thing, but we shouldn't sacrifice progress in this country because of what's going on in a different part of the world. Yeah. And even though, as you like to say, we can chew gum and walk at the same time, we can handle that issue. But our candidates and our races in this midterm should not be decided by something that's in a different country. Sure. And it can go on the list, but it doesn't need to be. It's one of those hot issue buttons that I think unfairly is going to disqualify you with 50% of the population, because I think 50% of people support Gaza and want to make it a top issue, and I think the other half doesn't care, because right now I'm worried about feeding my family and keeping my house. You know, I completely agree with you. Listen, if you like what you hear from Gersemi, she does have a show that comes on every Wednesday at 11:30. It's called Two Queers in a Truck. It drops every Wednesday at 11:30 on all your favorite podcast platforms, both audio and video. We also have a show that's called Espera Que with Yorense. It drops bi-weekly every other Thursday at 7 p.m. It's called Espera Que. Yorense is an Afro-Latino out of Charlotte, North Carolina, who has some wonderful things to say about all kinds of things. And then we have another show called Tony Foreman. It's on hiatus, but there's a lot of back shows that you can watch. It drops periodically as well. And then we have another show called Circuit Queen. I keep forgetting the name of that show. Circuit Queen. It talks about circuit parties in the United States with DJs as guests of ours. Please join those. Those are all on Cannis Media. We'll be right back on Coffee and Pan Dulce right after this. Hey y'all, thanks for watching as always. And we cranked out a double episode. So this commercial will apply to both part 1 and part 2, but we had some great content, some great jokes at some people's expenses. And we did an old school long-winded double double. But anyway, I hope you stick with us on both of them. There is some treasures in there. And some great conversations on political accountability. So we'll see you next week, and happy birthday, America.
That's right. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Hey, y'all. Thanks for listening to Coffee and Pan Dulce. And one of our big things is that if you missed any of our other shows, we are on Facebook, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple for the most part, and a bunch of other audio podcast platforms. So if you've missed us, come back. The water's fine. Dip on in. It's 85 degrees here in my imagination. But anyway, we have 332 episodes in the tank. You can pull up any of them. And most of all, we have fresh ones dropping most weeks. And we got 3 more shows coming. Be excited. But as always, thanks for listening to Coffee and Pan Dulce. And look forward to the 2025 season. Thanks, y'all.
Hi, y'all.
Hi, everybody. This is Yorense from the Espera Que Show over here. All I'm here is doing a little quick PSA. Use this summer to do volunteer work. Go to your nearest YMCA. Go to your nearest homeless shelter. Go to whatever community services or programs that you can help out and volunteer. Because right now, we have a bunch of fascist pieces of shit trying to rip apart our country and rip apart the people, our communities, by spreading hate and bigotry. The best way to combat it is, one, working in your community and standing strong to show that you are strong and you're here to help out others. Two, combat misinformation. If you hear bullshit, first research and make sure if it's true or not. If it is not true, call it out. If it is true, get the facts. Be knowledgeable of it, because it might come out later. So always stand against that. And three, fuck fascists. Stand against them. Make them feel uncomfortable. There is too many people out there feeling like they can say the hard R or say slurs or be violent. Make them understand that a lot of people die to make sure this hatred and bigotry does not exist. All our civil rights workers, all the people who restored normity, everybody who fought against intolerance and hatred, they died and worked their asses off to stop this. So follow in their footsteps and stop this madness. This is Yorense again from Espera Que, and all I can say is be there for your community and stand up for what's right. Fuck fascism and have a wonderful day.
All right, we'll just come back for about 2 minutes, and then we'll take our last break, and then we'll end the show.
Okay.
Here we go. Okay, we'll come back for just a couple minutes, and we'll end. Here we go. Good job. Great intro. All right, come back, talk about Epstein.
Okay, Epstein.
I'm gonna start recording. Good job, y'all. All right, we're at the 18-minute mark. Tony, the second half, do you want to switch it to more national conversations? Because you were talking about Charlotte, or do you want to stay on Charlotte? Or edited. And once again, I know your time is valuable.
What is language like? You know, I have a potty mouth, so let me know. Are y'all?
We don't. We don't mind. Is that right, Gersemi?
Yeah, no, I mean,
I'll try to refrain since it's the Christmas season.
Exactly.
All right. And by the way, I just want you to know this is the earliest interview I've ever done in my life.
Oh my goodness.
And this is the Jenny Award.
Be quite honored to have a conversation with Jojo Garza. He's with the Grammy Award-winning Los Lonely Boys, and actually, I believe you're in San Angelo, Texas. Is that correct?
Yeah, man, I'm here at home right now.
Well, welcome to Que Pasa, Mr. Garza. Listen, I have to admit that I grew up in Texas. I'm from Fort Worth, Texas, a native Texan, and Tejano, I guess that's what I grew up calling myself. And there was always this confusion. Is San Angelo Central Texas or is it West Texas?
Well, you're right about that. There's always like a bit of confusion about it.
And this is the Pendejo Chronicles.